Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good. Hi, everyone. I hope my voice is clear. So, a very good morning to all of you, and I hope your Sunday is going well. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Ansh. All right. I hope all of you can see me. Very good morning. Very good morning to all of you. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hi, Ansh. Hi, Sanika. Hi, Pushpa. Hi, Rashika. Hi everyone, I'm good. I hope you all are doing great. All right, so welcome to Swiflearn's YouTube channel. And my name is Sarika. I am your teacher, your friend, your companion for today's workshop. So, hi Rashika, how are you? Hi Ansh. All right, that's good to know that you all are doing great. So, how is your Sunday going on? Well, it has just started, but how is it? How's it going on? Fine. All right. Hi, Rashmi. Great. Okay. All right. So once again, welcome to Swiflearn's YouTube channel. My name is Sarika, and I am your teacher for today. All right, or you can say your companion or your friend for today's workshop, which is for creative writing. And we are definitely going to have a lot of fun today. We are going to study a lot of interesting things today. But so as to make it fun, I want a favor from you guys, which is I want all of you to be very, very interactive. All right. So don't forget to use the chat box. All right. And so that we can have a really nice interaction, right? So that we can talk to each other, right? So you can ask me whatever you want, literally whatever you want in the chat box, right? So yeah, just try to be as interactive as possible. All right, just try to be as active as possible in the chat box, right? Because we can't see each other, like you people can see me, but I cannot see you people, right? So as to fill that gap, just try to be as active as possible on the chat box. All right. So Ansh is saying that it's so rainy and I'm sleepy. All right. Well, I can understand, but I'll try to make it fun for you so that you don't feel sleepy. Hi, Sri Kala. And what is the workshop about? Well, the workshop is about creative writing, right? And we are going to learn the basics of creative writing. All right. And we'll also be talking about what exactly is creative writing and how creative writing can help you in your life and in your career. All right. Hi, hi, Basavaraju. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it in the wrong way, but all right, ma'am, I want to be in class, but our teacher is sending the links. All right. How will this help me in the age I am in class fifth? Well, that's a valid question. And I will definitely be answering that once we start talking about it, right? So it is definitely going to be helpful for all of you, all right? Whether you are in class fifth or 10th, all right? So that does not matter, right? It is definitely going to be very helpful for all of you. How will this help me in this age? Well, honey, age is just a number. Okay. So it is going to be helpful for all of you. So don't worry about your age. Okay. Age is just a number, as I just mentioned. Hi, Webavi. Hi, Mridula. Yeah, it is about creative writing and not Swiflearn. All right. Hi, Seema. Okay. Hi, Webavi. All right. Well, Rashika, you need to be a little more patient because we will definitely be talking about all these things, how creative writing can be helpful for you, and all your questions. I will be answering all your questions. Don't worry about that. All right. That's great. Good to know, Ansh, that you are excited, and I am excited too, because this is, certainly my most favorite topic. I love teaching creative writing, and yeah, so I'm just waiting for a few more minutes so that because people are still joining. Hi, Ananya. I'm sorry. Hi, Ananya. All right. Okay. All right. So now, before we actually begin, let me just remind you, let me just tell you a very important thing, which is that if you haven't subscribed the channel, so please subscribe it, right? And press the bell icon so that you never miss any updates from our end. Because we do a lot of these fun sessions, we do a lot of webinars of different subjects, science, English, spoken English, Vedic maths, and whatnot. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you press the bell icon so that you never miss any updates. All right. And also do not forget to like, share, and comment. All right. So, yeah. And all right. Great. All right. Sanika Sachar. Thank you so much. Okay. Hi, Jia. All right. So I think we can now start. Thank you so much, Ansh, for subscribing, liking, and pressing on the bell icon and sharing it with your friends. Thank you so much. Hi, Nishant. Hi, Dikshita. A very good morning to all of you. And I can see that people are still joining. So let me just introduce myself once again. My name is Sarika, and I am a subject matter expert at Swiflearn. And for today, I am your teacher for this workshop. All right. I think friend is a better word, right? Friend or companion for this workshop. So that's a better word. So, yeah. So we are going to have a lot of fun. You don't have to worry. Okay, I'll try to make your Sunday morning as beautiful as possible with this enriching session. All right. Now, before we actually begin, hi Sohan. If in case you're wondering why I'm looking there and not in the camera, is because I am reading your messages. All right. So hi Sohan. Hi Sans. Hi Priya. All right. Now, before we actually begin, I really want to ask you, are you people comfortable in Hindi language or English language or both? So please write down in the chat box whether you're comfortable in Hindi or English or both the languages so that I can proceed accordingly. All right. Yeah, quickly, please try to. All right, English, both. All right. All right, both. Okay, great. So you can definitely, answer. We have a poll here, so you can answer, right? Whether you're comfortable in Hindi or English or both the languages. Okay. All right, that's great. Most of you are comfortable in English language, and some of you are saying both. So, well, I'll try to keep this. I'll try to keep this session bilingual. All right, but yeah, then so we would be using English, of course, and I'll still try to translate a few things in Hindi so that everyone can understand, because some of you are saying that they are comfortable in both as well. All right, great. So let's proceed. Now, before we actually begin, let's talk about what exactly we are going to learn today, right? So what exactly we are going to do, as I've already told you that this is going to be a creative writing workshop. So in this workshop, first of all, first thing which is like foremost important here is to talk about creative writing. What exactly is creative writing? All right. Okay, so someone is saying that I'm good at it already. Great. Okay, so we are going to talk about what exactly is creative writing, and then we will be understanding the basics, the very basics of creative writing, story writing. I'm sorry, not creative writing, because creative writing is a very broad term. I will be talking about it, but let me just tell you the learning objectives. We will have an introduction to creative writing, and then we will be talking about the basics of story writing, novel writing, screenplay writing, or stage play writings. All right. So, which includes your setting, tone, and mood. So, we will be talking about setting, tone, and mood. How we can uh, set the scene, how we can come up with the tone, and how we can set the mood of a story. All right, so we will be talking about all these things. Okay, great. Thank you so much for being responsive. All right, so now that we know the learning objectives, I really want to ask you, are you excited for the workshop? Are you excited for it? Now that you know that we are going to study about creative writing, and we are going to learn about the basics of setting, tone, and mood. We have a poll here, just try to answer there. All right, thank God no one is saying no and not at all. That's such a relief. Thank you so much, everyone. All right. Yes, absolutely. Yes. All right. Great. All right. Okay, so someone is saying that, ma'am, I have written 59 stories. All right, that's great. I would love to hear your stories someday, maybe. All right. Okay. So let's talk about creative writing. But for that, first of all, I want to ask you people, what do you understand by this term creative writing? What, according to you, creative writing is? That's great, Ansh. All right. Yeah, just tell me what exactly is creative writing? All right, so someone is asking, ma'am, is there any app of Swiflearn? Yes, we do have an app, so you can, you can go to the Play Store and you can download the app. Okay, I cannot really see. Okay, so to write our imagination. I want more answers. What exactly is creative writing? Okay, before that, we have one more question for you. We have one more poll for you. So rate yourself on a scale of 10 based on your writing skills. So you can rate yourself according to your writing skills, 10 being the highest, right? So if you feel that you're not very good when it comes to your writing skills, so you can give yourself 2 to 5. If you feel that you're just okayish, so in that case, you can give yourself 5 to 7. And if you feel that you are quite good, then you can definitely choose option C. And if you feel that you are literally a pro, then in that case, you can definitely give yourself a 10. All right. Well, I love the audience today because all of you are really responsive, and 21% of you are saying that you're not really good. Thanks for being so honest. And 18% people, they're saying that we're just okay, 32% saying that we're good, and 32% of you are saying that you are literally a pro. That's exciting. That's great. That means you people are going to answer a lot of questions today, right? Okay. All right. Great. Ma'am, it is a writing which tell us about novel and stories. Well, yeah, of course, like creative writing, novels writing, and story writing is a part of creative writing, but it's not just that. Thinking different out of the books, definitely. All right, creative writing for me means thinking differently out of the box. All right, yeah, very nice. All right, that's okay. So now we are going to proceed with our workshop today. All right. And now we are finally going to talk about what exactly is creative writing. Now, to start with, let me just ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why some stories, why sometimes when you read some stories or when you watch these movies and stage plays, some of them get you hooked while others put you to sleep, right? Like when you read some books, so you feel, oh my god, it's so interesting, I can't wait what happens next. But for some books or movies, you're like, what the hell is this? It's so boring. So what do you think is the reason? Okay, creative writing helps us to improve brain. That's right. Okay, great. Yeah, so tell me, have you ever wondered why some books get you hooked while others put you to sleep? Okay, yeah, there are so many different reasons. And have you read or watched Harry Potter or Sherlock Holmes? And do you want to write like, Shakespeare and J.K. Rowling? So we have a poll here. If in case your answer is absolutely yes, you can definitely mark that. Not really interested, yes. And if you feel that you already write like them, you can just choose that option. And I'm really excited to see your answers though. Okay, so all right, a lot of you are saying that we already write like them. That's pretty exciting. Okay, all right, okay. All right. So yeah, definitely. We are going to now talk about creative writing. And yes, it happens. It happens. It so happens that, sometimes you just love some stories, some books. You automatically find yourself hooked there, right? So there are so many different factors, right? It's about the storyline. It's about the characterization. It can be about the plot, right? So yeah, and for some stories, like the plot is very simple. The story is like very millennial. It's like I already know what is going to happen next, right? So there are so many different factors which you will be studying about in this creative writing course, not the workshop, because today we will be doing the basics only, right? But you will definitely be learning about all these things in this creative writing course, right? So start with, let's finally talk about creative writing. So let me just read out a few answers here. Creative writing helps us to improve our handwriting. Well, that's not really true. For that, you need to do a lot of practice. All right. And okay, the presentation sounds great. Hope it is great. It is going to be good, I believe. And creative writing helps us to improve our brain. That's so true. That's actually true. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. So now see, when we talk about creative writing, as I have already explained, this term creative writing, it's quite broad, right? It's quite loose and it can encompass a broad range of things. All right. Because creative writing, it's not just about the technical forms of literature. It is about going beyond the ordinary, right? So how do you go beyond the ordinary? How can you do that? By involving your own perspective, right? When you involve your own thinking, your feelings, your emotion, right? When you try to view the world from your own perspective, right? That's how you can come up with different kind of ideas, right? So creative writing, it focuses on going beyond the ordinary and creating ideas that are different from everyone else's. All right, not just those basic ideas. It's about thinking out of the box, as many of you have already mentioned this thing, that it is about thinking out of the box, definitely. But now, is creative writing just about story writing or novel writing? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. All right, that's great, Kavita, that you have written some stories. No, that's right. Yes, creative writing, it's not just about story writing or novel writing. It's so much more than that. All right. So writing, it has many different purposes. All right. Now, some writing informs, such as if we talk about technical or academic writing. Some writing reports, like journalism, right? And some writing, however, exists to tell a story or to express an idea, right? And what kind of ideas? An idea that falls outside of these, rule-based academic or technical world. So there, that is why it's mentioned that creative writing goes beyond technical forms of literature. When you go beyond these rules and regulations and you just try to explore, right? Yeah. So that's what creative writing is. Now, a lot of you must be thinking that, ma'am, I am not interested in writing stories. I don't want to write novels. I don't want to write screenplays. Then why would I study creative writing? How is it going to help me? Right? Which actually is a valid question. But to answer that, let me tell you. When we think about our life, we focus a lot on building a career, right? And of course, study writing, it can help you with a range of other fields as well. Now, when we talk about character development in creative writing, or when we talk about writing prompts, all these practices help you think in new ways, right? For example, creative nonfiction can help you focus on and build your communication skills, right? Even like a short story can teach you how to make an excellent point, right? So it's about learning these different kind of skills where you learn to be persuasive. It can even teach you empathy, right? So, and if nothing else, proficiency in creative writing can actually help you build your communication skills. And I think all of us want that, right? We want to build our communication skills, right? So all in all, this course, learning creative writing, learning this skill can, enhance a lot of other skills. It can help you in other fields as well. So all in all, learning the basics of creative writing gives you skills you can use in other areas of life as well, right? So I think I have given you enough reasons to give importance to creative writing. And I can Google Meet, ma'am. All right. Well, can you make the session in Google Meet, because we cannot interact with you directly? So that all right. Well, because this is a webinar, so this is who's asking this? Seema Sakara. All right. So Seema, basically, because this is a webinar, and that is why we are having this webinar on YouTube, right? But all the classes on Swiflearn, we have like really interactive sessions, and we have these, classes on Zoom app or even on our in-house app. All right. So one of my stories, 100 ages long. All right, great. And I can see really interesting, responses here. And let me tell you, today's session is going to be really helpful for you, because a lot of you are mentioning in the chat box that you love to write stories and you have written some stories. So that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk about the basics of story writing, okay? And not just story writing, I mean, your novel writing as well, and your screenplay and all those things as well. All right. All right. Okay. All right, great. No, to install Swiflearn app, there's no fee, so you can definitely install it. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about the basics of story writing. So the basics include, even though it's not just about setting mood and tone, but today we are going to talk about setting tone and mood only. All right. Of course, there are so many other things, your character development, your plot, your theme, so many other things, but it's not really possible to cover everything today. So we are going to talk about the very basics. All right. So first thing is setting. What do you think is a setting? That's all right, Ansh. I hope you haven't missed anything. All right. So what do you think is setting? Setting in a story. What is it? Yeah, I'm waiting for your responses. Whatever you understand by this term setting, all right, settings. Yes, Mithun, please answer. What do you think about setting? Okay, someone saying that I know. Please, setting is the plot of the story. Well tried, but not really. It's not the plot. It's not the plot. All right, okay. So basically, the setting of a story is where and when it takes place. All right. So basically, when we talk about setting, story setting, it involves both time period as well and the geographic region as well, right? The location. All right. So it's about when and where, time period and the geographic location. All right. And even locations within that region. Let's suppose the story is about a particular story is, the setting or the place in the story is Italy. All right. So it's not just about that. It's about the locations within that region as well. Like, character's house or character's workplace or character's favorite coffee shop, right? Anything for that matter. That is our setting, right? So the when and where of different scenes, right? So when we talk about setting, it serves as a backdrop to everything, right? It gives you a context, right? So yeah. Now let's, as I've already explained, let's talk about place and time. As I've already explained, that setting, it has two broad elements. It has it's about your place and the time, right? So the place or type of surroundings where something is positioned or where an event takes place. All right. Now, we know that setting is important. Okay. I've already told you that, of course, like if you are reading a particular story, if you're watching a movie, or if you're writing a story, it's very important to mention the time period and the location, right? So what we need to keep in mind is that when you are a writer, when you're writing something, you are your reader's eyes and ears, right? So everything they experience through the story, that comes through your words, right? Yeah. So everything your readers, so if you're writing a story, so everything that your readers are going to experience in that story, it will come from your words, right? Through your words. So it's very, very important for you to make it interesting and descriptive, right? Your setting, it should be very, very descriptive, right? But how can we do that? How can we do that? All right. And the place of the story, yes. Great. Setting means something we set for mobile. Anything? Setting is plot of the story. It's a theme of a book. Resetting puzzles. Setting means the writing should be in order. All right. Okay. So, well, not really. But as I've already explained, setting is about time and place, right? Your geographic location and your time period, right? So that is what setting is, right? And it's very important for you to make the setting quite descriptive, right? How do we bring readers into our stories now? How can we do that? Set the scene. How can we set the scene? Mention every single detail. Does the scene take place indoor or outdoor? Is the space light or dark? What is the time period? Was it like long time ago? Or is it in the future, right? How does the space affect the characters' movements? How does the space affect their thoughts? So all in all, what I want to say is that your setting, it should be very descriptive. Okay. Now, even when we talk about settings, so we have, temporal set, we have temporal setting, we have environmental setting, we have individual settings. But today we are not going to, talk about these types of settings because we are just learning the basics right now. All right. So it's very important to mention every single detail, right? And that is why when you read these romantic novels are typically set in small and cozy towns, right? But when you read these horror stories का setting कहाँ होता है? Horror settings में क्या होता है? What is the setting in horror stories? It's usually this secluded, castle, or an old mansion, right? Or maybe somewhere in woods and forests, right? Big palaces, right? Exactly. Nice. Yeah. So I hope the setting is clear to you, right? Okay, interesting. Thank you so much. Yeah, forests. Yeah, and we get scared, right? That's right. Okay. Now, all right. So now that you know what setting is, let's understand the importance of setting. I think even though I have already explained this one, right, that it serves as a backdrop of characters, right? And your setting, it can even influence and affect the characters in the story and the plot of the story, right? So now let me give you a very funny example, or just an example. You can probably tell me whether it's appropriate or not. Let's suppose, so have you watched that movie Padmavat, or the movie, I don't know, I don't remember the name actually, that where there was Akbar and Jodha Akbar. Yeah, the movie Jodha Akbar. So have you watched these movies or such movies, these period movies? Yeah, all right, great. Bahubali, yes. Well, I haven't watched Bahubali, so yeah, can't talk about that. But yes, now just imagine you're watching the movie Padmavat, all right, or you're reading that story, right? And Rani Padmavat is telling someone that मेरा शो आना है 8 बजे, मेरा फेवरेट टीवी शो आना है 8 बजे. Does that make any sense? रानी पद्मावत के पीछे एक टीवी रखा हुआ है, right? There's a big LED TV, right? And she is wearing a watch, right? Or maybe she's wearing a beautiful, gown or jeans or something like that. So you see the setting here. What do you think? Is it appropriate? What do you think about the setting here? Rani Padmavat is saying that Raja अभी तक आए नहीं है, 2 बज गए हैं. She's looking at her wristwatch and she's, just talking like that. So, what do you think about the setting here? Setting with TV bhi hai, right? And Rani Padmavat is probably wearing really fancy clothes, right? And she's looking at her wristwatch, right? So clearly, setting appropriate nahi hai, right? So it's very important to make your setting relevant. Okay, it's very important for you to keep in mind कि आप जो story जिसके बारे में बात कर रहे हो, the story that you're talking about, वो किस time period में है? Was it long time ago, or is it in the future, or like whatever, right? And accordingly, you're going to set the scene, right? According to you're going to decide the environmental setting or the temporal setting, right? So it is very important for setting to be relevant. Okay, so because it creates a mood or atmosphere, right? आपको war वाली feeling ही नहीं आएगी, आपको वो पुराना time वाली feeling ही नहीं आएगी अगर पीछे एक टीवी रखा हुआ है, right? And some fancy things are there, a refrigerator is there, right? So in that case, it is not going to make you feel right, right? So setting is very important. So I hope setting is clear now. That's great. Someone is saying that I've watched a lot of horror movies. You've watched Padmavat, Bahubali. That's nice. Okay, so now let's do a quick activity. All right. So I have a short paragraph for you here, and I'm just going to read it out. What you have to do is you have to guess the setting. All right. So please be very responsive in the chat box and please guess the setting. All right. So Franklin Hogger was 13 years old when his father left their farm to fight in the World War II. Franklin and his younger sister had to take over most of the farm work, which included caring for animals and several acres of crops. Okay, all right, great. Now please answer. I'm just reading it once again. Franklin Fogo was 13 years old when his father left their farm to fight in the World War II. Franklin and his younger sister had to take over most of the farm work, which included caring for animals and several acres of crops. Now, what do you think is the setting of this paragraph? Please mention the setting. What do you think is the time and place? Farm is the setting. Very nice. A big shout out to Rishi. Nice, very nice. Yeah. So what is the time period and what is the place? Farm, right? What is the time period? 13 years. No, so basically, Uday, 13 years, it's Franklin's age. All right. So let me just read it out once again. Franklin Hogger was 13 years old when his father left their farm to fight in the World War II. So yes, exactly. And Priya, Nagha Priya, I'm so sorry, but a big shout out to you because that's the right answer. World War II is the time period. Very nice. Okay. Now, now we know the time and place, but now can you tell me, did the setting influence or affect Franklin's life? Did the setting influence or affect Franklin's life? What do you think? सेटिंग की वजह से फ्रैंकलिन की लाइफ पर कोई असर पड़ा या नहीं? Yes, all right. How? Not much. Okay. All right. A lot of you are saying yes, and some of you are saying no, not much. Okay. Well, definitely. It's a big yes, because his father, so his father left because of the war, right? And because of that, Franklin had to take over all the responsibilities, right? Now, if his father hadn't left, Franklin's life would not have changed, right? So, of course, it's a big yes. Yeah, because father has not there in the farm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, if his father hadn't left, Franklin's life would not have changed, right? Yeah. But because his father actually left, that is why Franklin had to take over all the responsibilities, right? So, that's right. Exactly. Very nice. All right. Okay. So now we are going to talk about tone. I hope setting is clear to everyone. Yeah. Just quickly write in the chat box if you have any doubts. All right. Great. All right. So I think we are good to go. And now we are going to talk about tone. All right. So what do you think is a tone? What do you think is it? Ma'am, what about his family? Game rope. So now, see, it was just a paragraph, right? It was not the entire story. So yeah, so it's not mentioned there. You will have to read the entire story so as to see what happened with the family, right? So what is tone? Yes, exactly. I am going to explain it. All right, but I was just hoping some answers from you guys. All right, so let's talk about tone. Now, see, it's very important again because we are talking about the basics, right? So tone, it's the writer's attitude. All right, so let's suppose I am a writer. I am writing a particular story. So my attitude toward the topic or the characters and the audience, which I am trying to convey through my word choice, the kind of words I'm using, right? And the style of writing, that is your tone, right? So what is tone? It's the writer's attitude, right? A writer's attitude towards the topic or the characters or different scenarios happening in the story, right? And how can we identify the tone? By observing the diction, which is your word choice, right? And your style of writing. Okay. Now, we are going to do one experiment after discussing the tone, right? Now, just as speakers, when we speak, we change our tone, right? We change our tone to express ourselves, right? Similarly, writers change their tone as well. But because we cannot hear their tone, of course, we can't hear in a written piece, we cannot hear the tone. So we have to read it properly, right? And accordingly, we make some inferences. And similarly, as a writer, you need to make sure you have to choose your words very wisely. You have to choose your words according to what kind of tone you want to showcase, right? So for that, you need to closely look for the author's choice of words, okay, and the imagery and the details and the sentence structure, okay. Now, so as to understand this, we are going to do an activity quickly. All right. So now, what do you think? Have you ever gotten in trouble because of your tone where you wanted to say something else, but the other person perceived it differently, right? Where you wanted to maybe just say something in a different sense, but the other person just took it differently, right? And आपकी लड़ाई हो गई. Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, it happens sometimes. Sometimes we just stress on a wrong word and then we end up, just conveying something else, right? So now we're just going to do one very interesting experiment here. So I have this one sentence here. I did not say you stole my white dress. All right. Now, can you say these exact words in different ways to convey different meaning? Do you think that's possible? Can you say these exact words? You cannot change the order, right? You cannot change the sentence, right? You have to follow the same structure, same sentence, but you have to say it in different ways so as to convey different meanings. Do you think that's possible? Yes. All right. Well, yes, that is possible. Let me show you how. I did not say you stole my white dress. So I am stressing on the word I. So maybe I mean that maybe someone else said that. I did not say you stole my white dress. If I stress on did not, I did not say you stole my white dress. Now I'm completely denying कि मैंने तो कहा ही नहीं, right? Yes. And if you say I did not say you stole my white dress, तो शायद मैंने कहा नहीं, but maybe I acted in a way जिससे काफी evident है that you stole my white dress, right? If you say I did not say you stole my white dress, now I'm stressing on the word you, right? So meaning change हो गया, right? So meaning change हो गया. So when you stress on the word you, it means कि मैं कह रही हूँ कि I did not say you stole my white dress. शायद किसी और ने कहा. right? Rashika, let me just explain once again. जैसे हम words पे stress करते हैं, right? So let me just put it that way. When we stress on different words, we convey different meanings, right? So let's suppose you are having a conversation with your friend, all right? And you want to say, I did not say you stole my white dress. Now you're stressing on the word white. Now your friend, she's going to think that, oh my God, you are saying that maybe I stole a different, I mean, some other dress. Now maybe you want to say that, no, Radhika, I did not say you stole my white dress. मैंने तो कभी नहीं कहा कि तुमने मेरी white dress चुराई है. लेकिन अगर आप गलत word पे stress करोगे, if you say it like, I did not say you stole my white dress, now Radhika is going to think that maybe you are talking about orange dress, right? So that's how it is. It is very important for us to be mindful of our voice modulation, how we stress on different words, right? And just like that, now it's very easy to identify the speaker's tone when someone is speaking, of course, right? But in a written piece of work, it's very, very difficult to identify the tone, right? Not that difficult, right? If you know the right techniques, right? So now we are going to do one activity and you will be able to understand it better. But before that, let me just remind you once again, do not forget to subscribe and press the bell icon and yeah, share and just like the video. All right. So if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss any updates. All right. Okay. So moving on, how do writers create tone? By their word choice, right? The diction, right? And the punctuation marks, the quotation marks, the italics, the way you, underline something, right? So these things help us to identify the tone. Let's see how. Let's do an activity quickly. So I have one short paragraph for you. So I'm just going to read it, all right? And I'm not going to modulate my voice here, all right? I'm not going to do anything with my voice. You have to identify the tone, all right? Gaining the attention of his classmates as well as his pretentious teacher, the brave student courageously questioned his professor's intelligence by challenging him about the difficult textbook. Yeah, please, can you guess the tone? Please focus on the word choice. All right, just try to guess the tone. Gaining the attention of his classmates as well as his pretentious teacher, the brave student courageously questioned his professor's intelligence by challenging him about the difficult textbook. Okay, let me just help you with this one. Can you see the underlined words on my screen? Focus on these words. Gaining, pretentious teacher, brave student, courageously, challenging him, difficult textbook. You see these keywords here, right? You see these keywords. Now, I think it's quite evident from the word choice that the author is expressing an admiring or impressed tone. Author is impressed by the student. How do we know that? Because the author has used the word brave for the student, right? Whereas he has used the word pretentious for the teacher, right? So we can tell the author is on the student side. Author किसकी side पे है? Student के side पे है. Because the author is using good words for student. Right? Author is using good words for the students. Right? Yeah? Whereas the author has used the word pretentious for the teacher. Right? So I think it's clear, right? That the author is impressed by the student. Is that clear? All right. Okay. So I just got a yes. Now let's try once again. Okay. Let's see how we can now change the tone, right? So now please read this paragraph once again. Drawing the attention of his classmates as well as his well-respected teacher, the demanding student, the demanding student dared to experiment with his professor's intelligence by interrogating him about the widely used textbook. Now, what do you think about the tone this time? Drawing the attention of his classmates as well as his well respected teacher. The demanding student dared to experiment with his professor's intelligence by interrogating him about the widely used textbook. Yes, you can do that. So can you just give me an idea about the author's tone here? Yeah. So this time the author is on the professor's side, right? The author is on the professor's side. Why? Because the author has used the word well respected for the teacher, right? Whereas the author has used the word demanding for the student, right? So this time the author is expressing a critical or disapproving tone. That means he doesn't really agree with the student, right? Maybe he feels that he shouldn't really do that, right? So that means the author is on the teacher's side. Yes, exactly. That's right. Yes, Bhuvana, your answer is right. It's not really an impressive tone because the focus is on the student, right? So the author is being critical here, or he's showing a disapproving tone, right? He's disapproving the student's behavior, right? Because he's using the word well respected for the teacher and demanding for the student, right? So I hope the tone is clear. What exactly is tone? It's the author's attitude, right? What is it? It's the author's attitude, right, towards the audience, characters, and different scenarios, right? Is that clear? All right. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to talk about author's attitude. That's right, Murali. Okay. So now we are going to talk about mood. All right. So we are done with setting. We are done with tone. Now we are going to discuss the mood. All right. So let's talk about mood here. Now, what do you think is mood? What do you understand by this term mood? Yeah, I'm waiting for your answers in the chat box. Well, yes, tone is author's attitude, but what is mood? Yes, Charu, Rupa, emoji. Mood means a thinking. Okay. What mood is the character in? All right. Okay. Well, not really, but well tried. Let's talk about mood now. Now, what is mood? It's the overall feeling. All right. It's the overall feeling or atmosphere of a text, right? Of a story or or novel or anything for that matter, right? So it's the overall feeling, what you feel as a reader. That is the mood. All right. So what is tone? What is the difference between tone and mood then? Tone is the writer's attitude, right? But mood is the kind of emotions that you feel while you're reading something. कुछ story आप पढ़ रहे हो, what you're reading something, आपको जो feelings, जो emotions आ रहे हैं, that is the mood. All right. Now, some stories make you feel very happy. Some stories make you feel very sad or angry. That is the mood. All right. So it is the overall feeling or atmosphere of a text, which is again created by author's use of imagery and word choice, a temporary sort of mind or feeling. That's right. Yeah. So the kind of feelings that you get when read something, right? That is your mood. Okay. Yeah. Now again, how can we identify the mood? We have to focus on the word choice and the imagery, right? But now again, you must be thinking, then what is the difference between tone and mood? So as I've already mentioned, tone is the writer's attitude towards something, right? But mood is the kind of feelings we get, the kind of emotions we feel. Yeah, this is actually right. I'm not getting your question, Charu Rupa. So can you just ask your question again? Yeah. So the mood is created by an author's choice of setting, images, dialogue, and events. Now you see how all these things are interrelated. Setting is related to tone and mood. Mood is related to, again, tone as well and setting as well. So all these factors are interrelated, right? So yes. So what is mood? It is the emotions that you feel while you are reading a piece of writing. Okay. So now, often a writer creates a mood at the beginning of a piece and then carries the same mood throughout the whole piece. But according to change in characters or plot, mood can change with time. All right. So now let's quickly do an activity once again, right? And what you have to do is you have to guess the mood. Ma'am, can you make next week class all right, we'll think about it definitely. Okay, so now we have this short passage here once again. She huddled in the corner, clutching her tattered blanket and shaking convulsively as she feverishly searched the room for the unknown dangers that awaited her. Now, can you just read that once again? She huddled in the corner, clutching her tattered blanket and shaking convulsively as she feverishly searched the room for the unknown dangers that awaited her. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of answers already. Yes, shaking. Yeah, anger. No anger, danger. Shaking, dangers. Yes. Now, can you guess the mood? How are you feeling after reading this passage? Just focus on the word choice. Yes, dangerous. All right. She huddled in the corner, clutching, tattered, shaking convulsively, feverishly, dangerous. So that means the character is, what is the mood here? Yes, scary, right? So it's the mood is, what do you think about the mood? Just focus on the word, just focus on the word choice. Yeah, scared. That's right. That's right, Bhavna. Bhuvana, I'm sorry. Yes, right. So by analyzing the writer's use of language here, and of course the atmosphere it's establishing, we can see that the mood is scary, right? Or frightening. ठीक है? So हमें word choice से पता लग रहा है कि mood कैसा है, scary है, because clutching her tattered blanket, shaking convulsively. So the mood is scary or frightening, right? So is that clear? Just quickly answer in the chat box. Are you clear with setting, tone, and mood? All right. Okay, great. So now we are done with the basics of storytelling. Sorry, story writing. We are done with the basics of story writing. But as I mentioned in the beginning of the session, that it's not just about the tone, setting, and mood. There are a lot of other things, right? Your theme, your plot, climax, so many other things, right? So now I love this class. Thank you so much. It means a lot. But now it's time to do some questions. So are you ready for a test? I'm just going to ask you a few questions. Yeah, all right. And if you have any doubts, please ask in the chat box. If you're not clear with, anything, so you can just ask me in the chat box, and then we can proceed with the, then we can proceed with our test. Yes, why not? I really like the excitement here. Okay, all right. So my first question is, the feeling or atmosphere of a story is a tone, mood, setting, or plot. What is it? The feeling or atmosphere of a story is tone, mood, setting, or plot. Okay. Well, I'm getting a lot of right answers here. Okay. Tone, mood, setting, plot. All right. So a big shout. Let me just name all the students who've given the right answer. So Ansh, Sans, not possible. So many of you are giving the right answer. So yeah, the right answer is mood. And yeah, the feeling or atmosphere of a story is mood, right? So remember, what did I tell you? The overall feeling or the atmosphere is your mood. Very nice. Great. All right. So the next question is the writer's attitude towards a subject or character is. Congratulations, Ansh. Yes, you have passed the first level. Okay. The writer's attitude towards a subject or character is option A, tone, option B, mood, C is setting, and D is characterization. Okay, someone is saying characterization, which is not right. And a lot of you are saying tone, mood. No. So tone is the right answer. Tone is the right answer. I'm sorry, Charu, but setting is the wrong answer. The writer's attitude, right? Writer's attitude towards a subject or character is your tone, right? So remember, setting is the backdrop. Tone is the writer's attitude. And mood is the emotions that you feel while reading something. So that's that. Okay. I am loving these comments that, I've passed the second level and all these comments. So thank you so much for being so active on chat. All right. So are you ready for your third question? Ready? Okay. So the third question is, which of the following words is a mood? Now this one is slightly tricky, so please read it carefully. Okay, think about it. Which of the following words is a mood? Serious, sarcastic, witty, or melancholy? Just to tell you the meaning for the last word, just in case you don't know the meaning, let me tell you the meaning for the word melancholy is sadness. Okay, so which of the following words is a mood word? Which word is conveying the mood? So is it serious? Is it sarcastic? Is it witty? Or is it melancholy? But I'm getting a lot of answers. Serious, witty. Okay, now a big shout out to, oh, I just missed your answer now. Yeah, Priya GM and Rashika. The answer is melancholy, which is the right answer, right? Melancholy is a mood word, all right? So just understand it that way. Serious, now your tone can be serious, right? When you're talking to someone with that serious tone, that is your tone. When you're being sarcastic, it's about your tone. When you're being witty, it's about your tone. But melancholy is sadness, it's a mood. right? It's something that you feel, right? So melancholy is the right answer. All are mood, ma'am. No, that's not right. Serious, it's a tone. When you say something with a serious tone, it's a tone. When you are being sarcastic, it's very much clear from your tone, right? It's a tone word. When you're being witty, it's a tone word. Melancholy is a mood word. All right. Okay. All right. So now moving on, which of the following is a tone word? Be very careful. Which of the following is a tone word? First option is joyful. Second option is excited. Third option is light-hearted. And fourth option is depressed. Which of the following is a tone word? All right. Is it joyful? Is it excited? Is it light-hearted or depressed? Okay. So Murali Krishna. Witty means humorous, all right? Something which is funny. All right. Again, getting a lot of answers. Okay. Depressed. A lot of you are saying depressed. No, that's wrong. Okay. Well, the right answer is light-hearted. Yeah. So Charu Rupa, that's the right answer. Yes. And Ganga VM and CO Savi. Savvy. I'm sorry. Yeah. So light-hearted is the right answer. It's a tone word. Joyful, it's a feeling, right? Excited, it's a feeling. Light-hearted is a tone. He said that in a very light-hearted tone, right? So it's a tone, right? Depressed is again, it's feeling. It's a feeling, right? So light-hearted is the right answer. Okay. That's okay. That's all right. Game Rope, you don't have to be sad. Okay. So the next question is, now just read it very carefully. And this one is quite interesting though. Which tone is represented in the following passage? Wow, with the top speed of 150 miles per hour, that car can almost fly. Now, I don't want to modulate my voice here because I don't want to give you the idea about the tone here. I just want you to identify from the word choice here. So what do you think is the tone here? Wow, just focus on the word choice and the punctuations. Wow, with the top speed of 150 miles per hour, the car can almost fly. Calm, annoyed, scary, excited. Very nice. That's right. The answer is almost all of you have guessed it right. So excited is the answer. That wow, with the top speed of 150 miles per hour, that car can almost fly, right? So excited is the tone here. All right. So the next question is, which tone is represented in the following passage? So by the way, this is our last question. So please read it very carefully. Yo, do I have to sit through another boring lecture on data entry again? So what is the tone? Is it calm, annoyed, scary, or excited? Yo, do I have to sit through another boring lecture on data entry again? Okay, very nice. I'm getting a lot of right answers. Yes, it is option number B. All right, it's option B, annoyed. All right, option number 2, annoyed is the right answer. Very nice. Thank you so much for being so responsive in the chat box. Yes, it's option B. Thank you so much for all the answers, right? And we are done with our today's session. So I hope I got 4 out of 6. That's good. Ansh, that's fine. That's good. You don't have to be sad, right? All right. Okay. So Rishika, congratulations. You got 5 out of 6. That's nice. All right. Thank you so much for your kind comments, Ansh. It's always a pleasure to teach you people. Murali Krishna, I got 3 out of 6. That's okay. That's fine. See, you're learning. And Yasha Singh, I got 4 out of 6, 5 out of 6. Great. So thank you so much once again. And we are done with today's workshop of creative writing. I hope I did justice with the topic. I hope you don't have any doubts now. Okay. Thank you so much. And once again, just to remind you, people, that if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you never miss any updates, right? Because we keep on doing these, fun sessions, and we have a lot of, workshops, and we have a lot coming for you guys in the future as well. So make sure you subscribe and don't forget to like, share, and comment. Ma'am, very interesting class, very nice. Thank you so much. This is a lovely class. I'm just reading out some comments because why not? So thank you so much. The session was really amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, that is it. So happy Sunday. Have a nice day. Triggered insan, wait. Okay, all right. So thank you so much, everyone. That is it for today. And bye bye. Take care. Have a good day. Have a nice Sunday and enjoy. All right. Bye.